I'm sorry. Let me start at the beginning.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Sokka moments on Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Your future is full of struggle and anguish. Most of it self-inflicted.
But you didn't read my palms or anything.
I don't need to.
For this list, we're looking at the most hilarious moments featuring the funnyman and strategist from the Southern Water Tribe. When did Sokka crack you up the most? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Zuko walks in on Sokka. After the gang is attacked at the Western Air Temple by Azula, they're forced to camp at a beachside hideout. As Zuko approaches Sokka's tent, he catches Suki doing the same. But the Kyoshi warrior plays it off.
Oops. Wrong tent.
Sorry. Do you need to talk to Sokka too?
Nope. Not me.
When Zuko does enter Sokka's quarters, he finds the water tribesman in a compromising position, with a rose between his teeth.
Well, hello. Zuko, yes. Why would I be expecting anyone different?
Seeing the beloved strategist try to disguise his intentions by swallowing the flower is downright hilarious. The Southern Raiders is one of the show's darkest episodes, with Zuko and Katara setting out to avenge the latter's mother. But it wouldn't be Avatar without some silly comic relief, and this brief moment is a stellar example of that.
I thought he'd never leave. Suki!
Number 9. Naming Combustion Man. Sokka's skilled wordplay is a signature aspect of his humor.
Wow, how does it work?
I never actually thought about that.
While Zuko hiring an assassin to hunt down the Avatar isn't a good thing, it leads to some of Sokka's funniest lines. His first attempt to name the hitman comes in the midst of a tense argument between Toph and Katara. It's poorly timed, to say the least.
Speaking of that third-eyed freak, I think I've come up with a name for him. What do you think of Sparky Boom Man? Just think about it.
Plus, the childish title definitely doesn't suit the formidable Bender and his unique abilities. This moment is completely awkward, and classic Sokka. Then, after repeated near-death experiences with the Fire Nation warrior, he ends up abandoning the nickname.
It's Sparky Boom Man!
You know, I'm starting to think that name doesn't quite fit.
Instead, he suggests a far scarier moniker.
Hey, I got it! The perfect name for that guy! Combustion Man!
Good job, Sokka. Now let's get out of here before Combustion Man catches us!
See? It fits so well!
He's clearly satisfied that it sticks. Number 8. Pretending to be Aang's dad. In one of the show's most memorable episodes, Sokka puts on a particularly hilarious costume. With the Avatar accidentally disguised as a Fire Nation schoolboy, he's forced to attend classes, and soon takes a liking to it. But naturally, his parents are expected to account for his rule-breaking ways.
Don't you worry, Mr. Headmaster. I'll straighten this boy out something fierce. Young man, as soon as we get home, you're gonna get the punishment of a lifetime.
To avoid arousing suspicion, Sokka and Katara pretend to be Aang's guardians, and use some pretty funny pseudonyms in the process.
Fire! Wang Fire! This is my wife, Sapphire.
But the best part is when Sokka becomes a little too attached to his new persona. Even when the trio is alone in their hideout, he delivers a classic fatherly line.
What could you possibly do for a country of depraved little fire monsters?
I'm gonna throw them a secret dance party.
Go to your room.
The joke speaks to his desire to be taken seriously, but it's also symbolic of the family that Team Avatar represents. Number 7. The Earth Kingdom Nomads. Even before the gang accompanies a band of musical travelers through the Cave of Two Lovers, Sokka isn't exactly a fan of the newcomers.
You're worried too much about where you're going.
You gotta focus less on the where and more on the going.
Oh, ma, shoo.
But things get even worse when he and Momo are trapped alone with them. The Wanderers are incredibly frustrating and seem pretty clueless.
At least I'm thinking of ideas and trying to get us out of here. Moku.
Whoa, wait a minute. We're thinking of ideas? Because I've had an idea for like an hour now.
Yes! We're all thinking of ideas.
While Sokka is usually a light-hearted spirit, here viewers get to see him as the deeply irritated straight man. The episode has its fair share of nail-biting moments, but his strained relations with the nomads forms a thoroughly entertaining subplot.
Why's your forehead all red?
Nobody react to what I'm about to tell you. I think that kid might be the Avatar.
And despite Sokka's unhappiness with the circumstances, their musical inclinations actually end up saving him from some fearsome badger moles. Number 6. Sokka the Detective. In this episode, the protagonists visit an Earth Kingdom village celebrating Avatar Day, but they are shocked to discover that the festival condemns offenses committed by Aang's ancestor Kyoshi. The young airbender is taken into custody, leaving his friends to prove his innocence.
This temple and this statue were cut from the same stone. And we know that the statue was built after Chin died.
So if they were built at the same time, that means...
Shh! I want to solve it!
It's no secret that Sokka can be a know-it-all, and this side of his personality takes over as he investigates the alleged crimes. From taking credit for Katara's discoveries to his hat and pipe combo, Sokka perfectly embodies the detective archetype, though he's not exactly the brains behind the operation.
Well, she is Aang's past life. Maybe wearing her stuff will trigger something.
I do believe in the power of stuff.
While jokes on Avatar are often quippy one-liners, this comedy bit persists, and the episode is better for it.
She has an alibi.
Number 5. Reacting to the Ember Island players.
Come on, a day at the theater? This is the kind of wacky, time-wasting nonsense I've been missing.
When Team Avatar attends a theatrical reenactment of their own journeys across the 4 nations, Sokka proves to be a rowdy audience member. He takes umbrage with his stage counterpart's jokes, asks his friends to pick up snacks, and wells up at his fictionalized encounter with Princess Yue. The performance brings about a slew of funny Sokka moments, as he intervenes and feeds his actor ostensibly better jokes.
Also, don't be afraid to make up some phrases, especially before an attack. Something like, flying kick-a-pow! Who are you, anyway? I'm just a guy who likes comedy.
But one of his best lines is also one of the show's most meta. When Jet's character suffers an ambiguous fate in the play, Sokka's response is priceless.
Did Jet just die? You know, it was really unclear.
Of course, it's a clever nod to the real Earth Kingdom rebel, whose death could not be shown on screen. Number 4. Trying to discredit the fortune teller. Sokka is a realist through and through. That's probably why he gets so frustrated when confronted with the divinations of a fortune teller. In fact, he actually attempts to forecast the weather himself after learning of Aunt Wu's practices.
Look, I'm gonna predict the future now. It's going to keep drizzling.
Unsurprisingly, this attempt to prove such powers aren't real immediately and amusingly backfires. But things get even worse when the wise woman declares that his future will undoubtedly be full of self-inflicted anguish.
That woman is crazy. My life will be calm and happy and joyful. Ow! That doesn't prove anything.
Then he learns that the villagers actually bet their safety on her predictions. Watching Sokka seethe as his skepticism is challenged by the people's blind faith is comedy gold.
Look! Can your fortune-telling explain that?
Can your science explain why it rains?
Yes! Yes, it can!
Number 3. The Ba Sing Se Haiku Battle. With its 4-part structure, the Tales of Ba Sing Se is unique among Avatar episodes. Sokka's vignette follows him as he comes across a poetry club practicing haikus.
I am so sorry. Something struck me in the rear. I just wound up here.
In classic fashion, he believes he can win a verbal throwdown. Sokka's performance starts out quite strong, with several clever retorts to his competitor's poems.
In fall, the clinging plum drops, always to be squashed.
Squish, squash, sling that slang. I'm always right back at you, like my boomerang.
But soon enough, he becomes cocky, fails to follow the rules, and gets thrown out.
Young ladies, I rocked ya.
That's one too many syllables there, bub.
Still, it's riveting to see the Water Tribe native spar with a far more practiced opponent, and do a decent job. Sokka prides himself on his unique way with words, and sure enough, even his most cringeworthy lines are hilarious. Number 2. Getting trapped in the ground. One of Sokka's best moments takes place in Book 2's Bitter Work. While Aang and Toph are busy training, the funny man attempts to capture a baby moose lion and ends up lodged in a fissure.
Gotcha! You are one lucky little meat creature.
As he becomes increasingly desperate to escape, he forms a bond with his soul animal companion. The meat lover's monologue is chock full of funny lines, including one where he agrees to sacrifice his carnivorous ways if rescued.
That's all I got. It's pretty much my whole identity. Sokka, the meat and sarcasm guy. But I'm willing to be Sokka, the veggies and straight talk fellow. Deal? Aang! Thank goodness! Have you got any meat?
From trying to catch an apple with his boomerang to naming his new friend Fufu Cuddly Poops, Sokka never fails to make us laugh.
I feel like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place.
How about that?
Before we unveil our number one pick, here are some honorable mentions. Painting for Piandao. Sokka's approach to calligraphy and landscape painting is definitely peculiar.
So this is about putting my identity on the page, right?
Sneak attacking a rock. Sokka tries to participate in Aang's earthbending training to no avail.
Sneak attack!
Sokka, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
Believing that Appa ate Momo when the winged lemur is nowhere to be found, Sokka crawls into the sky bison's mouth.
Momo, I'm coming for you, buddy!
Sokka, Appa didn't eat Momo. He's probably with Aang.
That's just what Appa wants you to think.
Remembering Yue, Sokka uniquely recounts the death of his first love.
My first girlfriend turned into the moon. That's rough, buddy.
Hiding in the Fire Nation. Sokka is even suspicious of the wildlife in enemy territory.
Next time, let's disguise ourselves as the kind of cloud who knows how to keep its mouth shut.
Yeah, we wouldn't want a bird to hear us chatting up there and turn us in.
Hey, we're in enemy territory. Those are enemy birds.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Drinking cactus juice. After their visit to Wan Shitong's library, Team Avatar gets lost in the sand dunes. So, Sokka decides to rehydrate with some of the liquid trapped in a desert cactus. Of course, he fails to realize that the substance is a powerful hallucinogen.
Drink cactus juice. It'll quench you. Nothing's quenchier. It's the quenchiest.
What follows is a series of truly hilarious hijinks from one of the show's silliest characters. Throughout the episode, he mistakes a giant cloud of dust for a friendly mushroom, gets even more dramatic than usual, and eventually becomes feverishly paranoid.
What? I didn't steal anything. Who told you that? It was you! You ratted me out!
Fans love Sokka for his intellect and goofiness, but seeing him totally lose control takes the hilarity to another level, with unique visual effects illustrating his altered state of mind. This is undoubtedly one of the show's funniest sequences.
Oh, I feel woozy.
You've been hallucinating on cactus juice all day, and then you just lick something you find stuck to the wall of a cave?
I have a natural curiosity.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.